Hello, this is Steve Elfenbein, the alcohol and other drugs counselor slash coordinator here at Colgate University. So my office is located in the Shaw Wellness Institute as well as the Counseling Center. So here's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about Sober Curious. So Sober Curious was an idea by a woman whose name was Ruby Warrington, and she wrote a book titled Sober Curious. So I know you can't read this, but this says, "Would life be better without alcohol?" Question mark. So the reason why I love this idea is the question mark at the end. It's not a period. It's not an exclamation point. It's a place for discussion. We want to have a conversation with you about simply what would it be like to drink less? Do you drink every week, every month, every semester? Whatever your drinking pattern is, have you ever thought about decreasing it? So if you haven't, take a second and think about that. If you're thinking about that already, come into my office, step into my office, so to speak. This is a great opportunity. You're all at a great age to have these conversations. And in fact, this Sober Curious is really directed towards people that are your age. And so this is a great time. If you've ever heard of like a Sober October or a Dry January, those are Sober Curious ideas. We want you to think about, what does it feel like to not drink or use alcohol and other drugs? Those are some great opportunities. We want you to get the ball rolling. Think about it a little bit. Um, we also have to admit that there are barriers. The social life is intrinsically linked to drugs and alcohol on a college campus. There might be nothing else to do, but I'd like to challenge those two because I have had, as you guys have had friends that have gone to the University of Southern California, Hawaii, all across the country, and everywhere that excuse is the same, right? And so I'd love to have the opportunity to talk to you about what we really do at Gate Night and those great opportunities, even what we do at Shaw. There are things to do. And one of the great things that Sober Curious lets us do is it lets us step out of our comfort zone a little bit. And we know that that's hard. And that's why we want to aid you in this conversation. There's also FOMO. I mean, that's a real thing, right? The fear of missing out is powerful. You might say to yourself, okay, I'm not going to go out tonight. I'm not going to drink this weekend, this semester even. And you get a Snapchat, you get to see something on Instagram, a Facebook post, any sort of social media. That is hard. That can quite frankly suck. We want to talk to you about that. How do we cope with that? What are some ideas? And the chief one that I would say off the top of my head is, you are being good to yourself. And that's the most important thing. You might also be the only person in your living situation that is thinking about this. You might be getting peer pressured. Look, we are a tribalistic people. It's why the NFL has 100,000 people in a stadium wearing the same colors. We want to belong. Drinking and other drugs can be a very easy way to fit in, but at what cost? We want to be able to have that conversation with you. Maybe you get judged for it. Maybe there's hazing that you don't want to talk about, that you don't want to admit. These are all places where we feel you deserve the support. You deserve the support. And it's as simple as that. Everybody has different experiences, right? So if me and my college roommate want to try this, even though we're best buds, we're going to have a different experience. It's different for everybody. We encourage you, talk to your friends, your real friends. And I'll tell you this, if they're your real friends, you can have that conversation with them. You also might be surprised that other people feel the same way you do about the social life, the judgment, the barriers. Seek community. There's actually a great TED Talk by someone who was the former Miss America, who's in recovery right now. And she talks about this idea of stepping into the light in recovery and not being ashamed of it. So it's possible that you're thinking about this sober curious idea and you're thinking, oh, nobody else feels this way. When it's possible that two of your roommates are thinking the same thing. Give yourself the opportunity. You deserve that. And so there are benefits. People who participated in a study conducted by the sober curious people, for lack of a better phrase, reported increased sleep, increased quality of sleep to be specific, athletically and academically higher achieving, and a lot of just general positivity was like injected into their life. And we would love at Colgate to give you that opportunity because we want you, as always, I say this in every video, in alphabetical order, we want you to be happy, healthy, and safe. So once again, please, as always, email me at wellness@colgate.edu. I hope you are all doing well. Thank you.